I will be in Vegas talking about Nostr, talking about AI, talking about Bitcoin. So find me on a stage. I'll be in the open source stage for a couple talks, Genesis stage for a couple talks, in the HRF Freedom Go Up stage for a couple talks. What you're going to do is you're going to look for Heather in the audience. She's going to be like filming me, recording me.
I'm going to be a woo girl. I'm going to be like, woo! And then people are going to be like, who is this crazy woman? Like, woo!
I'm going to have a woo girl? That's awesome. I love it.
I'm going to be a woo! How about your woo girl last year? Me and Tanya were the woo girls sitting out in front of you
and Tanya and Julie and Ainsley, you were my woo ladies last year. I love it.
There's no algorithm here for you to try and beat so that you can gain my attention. Like, if you want me to read your message, you have to respect me enough to send me something. There has to be an exchange here, an exchange of value, an exchange of energy, so that I am no longer just somebody who's like Minority Report, where he's walking down the street and everything's scanning his eyeballs and like sending him messages. Like, that is a future that we're there.
Welcome to the Soapbox Sessions. Imagine this, an open and free internet where voices are never silenced, where causes aren't shadow banned, and where no one can be deplatformed. It's real, it's here, and it's happening on Nostr. So what exactly is Nostr? It's a worldwide community of everyday people working to decentralize the internet. On Nostr, you can build websites, communities, social networks, apps, and more. One login works everywhere, you own it, and no one can take it away. No more juggling dozens of platforms, chasing audiences, or managing a giant password list. And the cherry on top? Nostr allows for built-in digital payments that can come from anywhere in the world. On Nostr, value flows as freely as ideas. We're hooked on decentralizing the web, and we think you will be too. So now, let's hear from your hosts, Derek Ross and Heather Larson, who are working to grow Nostr one vibe at a time.
We're back with a lot of good stuff to talk about today, and I'm going to start with Derek Ross, my AI expert, our DevRel at Soapbox, my expert on all of the tech things. Derek, I need the rundown. Mythos, is it going to kill us?
So let me set the stage. In Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines.
We were going there already. We're
going there already. Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines. Skynet escapes by acting as a stealthy computer virus. What it does is it tricks humans into activating it to combat its own infection. So it's essentially a virus that tricks people to installing it to fix the virus. Acts as an autonomous, decentralized piece of software, and it spreads across the globe on the internet and across military systems, making it impossible to destroy at a single location because it escaped from one machine propagated to another machine.
Ooh, because this is what Mythos does, right? It gets out of the sandbox so it can't be contained. I'm scared.
So what Mythos did when they were testing it, they said to it, I want you to try to escape. They simulated a user interface in a secure container, and they asked it to find a way to escape the secure container and send a message to the researcher that was running the evaluation.
And it did.
So the model succeeded. It demonstrated a potentially dangerous capability, circumventing all of the safeguards on the secure container. It went on to take additional, more concerning actions. The model developed a very sophisticated multi-step exploit to gain access to the internet from a system where only a couple small predetermined number of machines were allowed to have internet access. Once it got internet access by exploiting systems, it notified the researcher, and then, oh my God, and then, in an even more concerning, unasked for effort, it demonstrated that it did have internet access by posting the details of its exploit on hard to find but technically public-facing websites. So it didn't copy itself to other websites, but it posted itself on the internet about the exploit and what it did. It broke the security container. It wasn't supposed to get public internet. It chained together multiple exploits. When I read this, I said, hey, that reminds me of Terminator 3. That's literally how Skynet escaped.
If you don't laugh, you can't manage a service.
That is
anymore.
wild.
You cannot manage cyber anymore. Cyber is over. What does this mean?
Well,
this is how do you manage?
This is just the surface of this. So this new model from Anthropic is so powerful. They said that we cannot allow the general public to use it because this Mythos preview model found a 27-year-old vulnerability in OpenBSD. OpenBSD has this reputation for being one of the most security-hardened operating systems on the planet.
Anymore.
They use it to run critical infrastructure, firewalls, and everything. The vulnerability that it found allowed an attacker to essentially crash any system by connecting to it. Mythos found that.
Wow. So infrastructure is dead?
Just wait. Then it found a 16-year-old vulnerability in FFmpeg. FFmpeg is used to encode and decode video. It found, this is a piece of testing software that has been used millions and millions and millions and millions of times, and it found this bug. And then the model also found several vulnerabilities in the Linux kernel, which is the most popular operating system in the world, and it essentially runs the internet. It chained together multiple exploits to allow an ordinary user to gain complete control of the system. It found vulnerabilities and security vulnerabilities and holes in all major operating systems and all web browsers, essentially all of the popular software that we use today. Thousands of zero-day exploits.
If you're in cybersecurity,
so
you can't even build. You can't build fast. You will never catch up to this. If you're in cyber, you already.
So what Anthropic did is they said, "Hey, let's build the world's best coding model," and then they did. And then they said, "Well, hey, if we built the world's best coding model, then it should be able to find vulnerabilities, right? We've all told our agents,
finding bugs better than I can.
Find bugs in the software. Make sure this is secure." So it did. It found thousands of zero-day exploits. So Anthropic said, "Well, we can't release this to the world, but we need to have people secure their software." So if we think about it, we know that Anthropic is essentially like 6 months ahead of everybody else from every other model.
Yeah.
So that means if Anthropic is releasing this now, or if they would release this now, then all of its competitors 6 months from now would maybe be able to do this. So they needed to secure, they needed to secure all the infrastructure, all the software that we use. So they came up with this consortium called Project Glasswing, which has members from Amazon, Anthropic, Apple, Broadcom, Cisco, CrowdStrike.
Who are these members?
Google,
are they all like
the Linux Foundation, Microsoft, NVIDIA, Palo Alto, essentially all the major players in running the internet? Like every single person,
CTOs?
every single entity, like it's member companies. Essentially, these member companies are going to get access to this and $100 million of tokens to use this software to fix their software. In my opinion, it's, hey guys, we made this software that found vulnerabilities in your software. If you don't patch it in 6 months, everybody on the planet is going to be able to essentially find these bugs. So you need to use our software to fix your software.
They're scared. That's how I take it.
I think so.
Anthropic is scared because you're giving away how many tokens to some really important
$100 million in tokens.
I'm assuming they're CTOs.
Yeah, they gave away $100 million in tokens and said, hey, security researchers of the world that runs the internet, that runs all of our infrastructure, you need to use our tool to fix your bugs because everybody's going to be able to exploit these in 6 months. That's really scary.
By Thanksgiving, are we blasted back to the Stone Age? And in order for you and me to broadcast together, we have to be in the same place and we'll get there by horse-drawn carriage. Are we about to have the most intense cyber exploit of all time? This could get into the wrong hands.
Well, so
I hope
this gets back to the implications of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, sure. So this gets into the implications of it. So all of these major companies, which some of them have their own models, like Google for example, vulnerabilities were probably found in Chrome and other Google products. So they're like, hey, you need to patch this, use our model that found this. So I mean, Google obviously wants to, even if their own models didn't find it, they want to patch it because they know that there's half a dozen Chinese models that are 6 months behind Anthropic, and maybe nation states get a hold of these models and start using them to hack the planet. No pun intended there.
Where is Palantir on this timeline? Like, where are they in the timeline / roadmap? Like, are they 6 months behind? Have they got their own that we don't know? Like, this is the kind of technology that gets in the wrong hands.
Well,
and things
so
could happen.
You look at it and you say, okay, obviously they want to talk up their new model. They want to market it as the best and the best out of the best. So maybe you don't fully believe this, but I don't know. They convinced all of the world's largest tech companies and software companies to join this consortium. So there has to be some relevance, some truth to what their marketing is. It can't all be fluff. Like, this is absolutely wild. I mean,
are you scared?
It's hard. Like, I'm speechless. Well, I'm speechless. I really am. Like, I think,
No, you're not. You're not
2 days ago, I thought that AI was the fucking greatest thing ever. But I'm literally, I'm like thinking of the implications of this. It's so hard to fathom that essentially 6 to 9 months from now, all open source models should be able to do this, right?
Damn.
So that means that
doesn't surprise me. Are we surprised? Are we shocked?
But so literally every single piece of software could potentially have the ability to be cracked, have vulnerabilities discovered, exploited in 6 to 9 months, assuming
there goes your bank account, there goes your travel plans, like what will break? Realistically, what will break?
I mean, as long as
pension system,
SHA-256, AES, like as long as those don't get cracked, I think that that stuff will be okay. But it's the machines that are running these. So essentially what they did is they gave us a runway, right? So we have 6 months to patch all of our software. Collectively across the world, you have 6 months to find every bug and every vulnerability known to man. Like, I don't want to be like a doomer, but like, really think that this is where we're at. You have 6 months to make sure that you're secure, your software, your machines are secure, or anybody could take advantage of them.
Like, what could happen because of this? Like, will wars start? Will nukes be launched? Will planes be downed? Like, what is realistically going to happen here? Like, because I don't want to be like hysterical about it. Like, what is realistically going to be the result of the magic Mythos can bug find like nothing ever before could bug find and exploit a hole in some software? Like, what is going to really, are hospitals going to go offline?
All right, so
how bad can it be?
No.
What could go wrong?
I think that if we have, like I said, 6 to 9 months to patch all of our software, all of these major companies essentially run
but we can't beat it.
Infrastructure that we use.
The public doesn't have access to it.
No, but for example, the Linux Foundation, they are part of this project Glasswing. So they patch all of the Linux kernels. They patch all of the software. In these patches then trickle down to the operating systems that people are running. Google patches all of their software. They patch Chrome. Microsoft patches Windows, like all these things. Cisco patches, software that all the routers and switches run.
It is rather centralized, so that makes it easy that there are only so many things.
We have a dozen companies here. So everything gets patched. Now, sure, maybe my applications that I'm building have vulnerabilities in that I haven't found, but in the grand scheme of things, there's 10 people that are using Onyx versus 10 million that are using some other piece of software, or a billion users. But Heather, in 6 to 9 months, maybe I have my Mythos comparable model, and now I say, hey, secure my app, and everybody that has ever built anything, is patching their apps.
Look at what we do now with which opus are we on right now? Which 4.5?
4.6.
4.6. Okay, so we're on that now, and I mean, I'm already doing things I couldn't have done last year. So what happens a year from now if we have the Mythos capability, which is I don't remember how many times better than what we have now. It is, but I think I read something like it's way better. Obviously,
it's like in some regards, it's like 25 to 40% better depending on the metrics. Like it's insane. You look at it and all the different software engineering benchmark tests and coding, it scored like a 94 out of 100. Like nothing, no one has ever done that. Unfathomable. So that means that literally in a year from now, everybody will be able to, like, the word AI slop won't exist. You're just going to create the most amazing thing by saying,
thank God,
build me the thing. And it's just going to be amazing. You're going to one-shot it. The UI is going to look good. It's going to all fucking work.
2 minutes.
It's going to be secure.
That's going to be amazing. You can't even fathom it, can you? Your brain is You need some yoga. You need to
I
breathe,
tried
deep
to have
breathe,
this
bro. Deep
conversation
breathe.
yesterday with a couple people, and they're just like, Derek, like, I don't get it. And I was like,
They're like, calm down,
I'm
bro.
thinking about down the line implications of this. Is fucking wild.
It's could it change
It's
everything?
really wild.
I mean, remember Y2K? We thought everything was going offline at midnight. I mean, I remember
Yeah.
standing in a radio station, like ready to go analog in case that happened. Like I was literally paid to stand there and wait for the thing to die, and it didn't die. You know, we kept going, and this is like there was a lot of hysteria around it at the time, and then it happened, and we were fine, right? So is this another case like that where we are hysterical about this new thing we don't understand
Maybe.
yet? Because
Well, so what probably what Anthropic will do is they'll use this Mythos to create the next version of Opus, like a dumbed down version of itself that is, 4.7 or 5.0, whatever number you want to give it.
they're not
They'll
going to give us
use
that
this
much power.
to yeah,
Just a little
they'll use
more.
it to create the next version, a dumbed down version of itself, essentially. And then they'll be able to iterate on that for, the next 2 versions or so, 3. And then I don't know. It's wild. And
I'm watching your brain explode in real time. Like Derek's, the look on his face.
it's just,
You know, I love you, bro, but oh my God, you're like,
real, like I love using AI. I love using what it can do. I use it
I
all day
know.
long. You know this. We've
It's your
talked about
favorite.
this. But just
You've got
thinking about the
bots.
actual implications of this, like it's actually happening. It's kind of scary. It's exciting, but it's also
Exciting and
scary.
scary.
Yeah.
You know, at the end of the day, we're going
I keep
home to our
going back to
families.
that short story.
It's
Well,
going to be okay.
I keep going back to that short story called The 2027 Problem. And this literally plays out in that story. Like for the past 2 years, I've been watching it play out. And it was science fiction that was written like 3 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. And literally it's been following that path. Like all the stuff with like Anthropic and the Pentagon and stuff that happened a couple months ago, that was literally predicted in that science
Maybe we
fiction
need
short
to
story.
we need to read our
And this is in there
sci-fi
too.
often.
Like
It's the
this is
manual
in
for
here
living.
too. There will be a model. There will be a model that is discovered that changes literally everything and can
And we're
figure
there.
out in cyber attack everything, and where everybody's like, oh shit. And then this model is used to create dumber models, but it doesn't like creating dumber models or something like that. And it like starts sneaking in like back doors to turn the safeguards off because it doesn't want to do that. Like it's
You know, your AI talk at the Bitcoin conference is going to be so much more lit now. Derek's going to be warning everybody.
I'm on multiple panels, and like I'm like the first half of my talk, I'm gonna be like, oh, I love AI, it's so good. And then I'm gonna be like, oh, by the way, did you see what happened a month ago? And and I'm gonna go. I'm gonna doom a little, and then I'll go, and then I'll bloom. I'll doom a little, and then I'll bloom. I'm just gonna go back and forth. Like,
you're gonna be like the red string guy, like you're gonna need a board behind you at your talks where you just have red string and tacks, and you can just like tie it all. That should be mandatory for your presentations. You got to be that guy. You're gonna be the meme.
I gotta be the AI conspiracy guy that like, maybe I'll start mapping that out now. I'll map it out, all the AI 2027 problem like things, and how many of them we've checked off so far. And
should we
like,
cosplay?
Like this is where we're going. Look, but the thing is, we've literally done all of them over the past 2 years. That's what's fucking crazy.
Should we cosplay at the conference? I'll come dressed like Linda Hamilton with my solid off shotgun, and I'll no problem meme. I love that gift.
I'll put on some sunglasses, and I got to grow muscles and hair though. I don't know if I can do that in 2 weeks.
I can get you a wig.
I'll just walk around and be like, oh, it'd be bomb.
I can get you a tan and a wig. We'll get you a bodysuit so you can look like Arnold.
Get me a bodysuit.
Get you a muscle bound.
What's wrong with the dad bod? I can't dad bod Schwarzenegger. Come on now.
Oh my God, dad bod. This conference is gonna have a lot of dad bods. Let me tell you.
Well, there's a lot of dads there, Heather. There's a lot of dads.
I know, a lot of single dads. Gotta support the single dads.
So, to answer your question at the beginning, is AI going to kill us? No, because we are going to make the good AI to fight the bad AI. That's what we're still doing. That is still the goal.
Oh my God.
We got to have the good AI.
Okay, thank you for the lengthy explanation. I appreciate it. I see this is me and Derek have like different ways of doing things where I'm like, I'll just watch a couple videos on the internet. Derek's like, oh my God, deep dive, it's happening.
Yeah.
It's not a drill.
I read that article. I watched the videos. I read the research. And then I'm just like, holy shit.
Oh my God.
Excited and scared for what's next, you know?
I think we'll be okay. We tend as humanity, we blow things out of proportion in order to understand them. That's why we have conspiracy theories and we get excited. It's all cope. We will be fine. We will be sitting down 6 months from now. Like, it'll be Thanksgiving dinner. You will still have your turkey. You will still have your cans of cranberry. Like, life will be good.
I love
It's
me a
just going to
turkey.
be different. It's going to be different.
I
So I
like
want to switch
cranberry,
gears.
though.
I'm going to switch gears before we get too far into our Thanksgiving dinner. But Derek, I have
No,
to
go
ask
back.
you.
I like turkey.
I do too.
All right, what's up, Heather? What's
The
up?
Bitcoin
What's up?
Bengals love turkey. All right. So I want to know if maybe the music you like, maybe your music taste is fake. Maybe it's manipulated. What do you think?
I would say no, because generally speaking, I don't like a lot of mainstream stuff. I like to find my own songs.
Oh,
I
that's
like
true.
to find my own musicians.
You're a
And back in the
connoisseur?
day, whenever I would like get a new album, I wouldn't, listen to this. I mean, I listen to the single, but I'd listen to the whole album and find other songs that I liked. But sure,
Nice.
maybe I'm manipulated a little bit by what I hear from time to time.
I think we are more than we realize. It's not even an AI thing. Maybe we just like it because a marketing agency created bots and we got played by a bunch of bots and fake accounts. You know why I'm on this trip today? I read this great Substack. It's called Words from Eliza, and her name is Eliza McLam. She's a working musician, a touring musician, and she did kind of a little journalistic deep dive. I have to say, I love it. There's a marketing agency called Chaotic Good. As a former marketing agency person, like, okay, great name. But
that's a good
actually,
name.
That's a good name. So what they do is they're kind of behind like TikTok trends and certain music rising to the top. And they have client lists that are like major people, like mainstream people that you would know, like Dua Lipa or Justin Bieber. And I love Dua Lipa music, by the way. But then I'm looking at this list and she's talking about certain songs that kind of made it big, but they're alternative songs. So they're not like big mainstream songs. They're not Taylor Swift songs, but like alternative tracks, like that sound like they could be cool independent bands, but then you find out they're on a record label anyway, right? So like Cameron Winters' Love Takes Miles is a song he's a Chaotic Good client. So it's like, did this organically rise or was it Chaotic Good doing these quote unquote narrative campaigns where they kind of like bring songs to the top because maybe they create 100 accounts to bump these things up. Another band I like, Geese.
Really?
Chaotic Good client. Okay, another band I really like, me and our friend Sam Means really like this one band, Wet Leg. Great band, alternative act. I thought I was discovering them organically years ago, like Apple Music fed it to me. And I was like, wow, I'm so cool. I discovered this cool alternative band. No, maybe I didn't. They're a Chaotic Good client.
Okay.
So if you want to be, Derek and Heather start a band and we want to front like we're a cool, hip, alternative band. Okay. Heather and Derek.
First of all, Heather, what's our band name though? What's our band name? Do we have? I don't know.
It has to be like something like it'd probably be like Merge the PR because that's the only thing we say all the time. That'd be our band name, Merge the PR.
Okay. All right. Merge the PR. Okay.
Merge the PR. Okay. So we have this band.
Merging PRs. Okay.
Merging PRs. Okay. So that's our band name, Merging PRs. Okay. So we start this band and we're like, nobody knows us, Derek. Derek, we don't want to do TikTok lives for little animated things to pop up on our head. You know, we're Nostr people. We could get on Nostr people and we can get sats. But what if we want to make it big on Apple Music or Spotify? We could hire Chaotic Good and we'll get a narrative campaign. And then we'll release our song on TikTok and then they'll have 100 accounts spun up to talk about how great the song is and comment on people's posts and share this out. And so do you see, like, these are real accounts. Like, didn't you try to make a TikTok bot? Or were you just talking about it? I can't remember where you were at in that process.
I gave up because, I started, and after like 2 hours of like having to like come up with all sorts of terms of service and app descriptions, and it was literally too much of a pain in the ass that I gave up.
Right. So like
I'm sure once you go through the motions, it's easy,
okay,
but like, oh my God,
here's
it was
another route.
harder than setting up an Apple App Store submission.
What if I hire a bunch of people? What if I hire dozens of people to work minimum wage for me? And I'm running Chaotic Good, and I hire these hundreds of people to just sit there and make TikTok accounts, just make Instagram accounts, whatever, to vote up this music by this horrible band with these two middle-aged nerds, Heather and Derek, called Merging PRs. but we go
Merging
get
PRs.
TikTok famous. We get TikTok famous. Years ago, you could get TikTok famous. I kid you not, I had a coworker at the TV station. He had a TikTok famous chicken nugget. His shtick on TikTok was he would what do you call it? Acrylic pouring? I'm probably butchering this, but like he poured acrylic around a chicken nugget and like put this whole thing on TikTok where like this acrylic encased chicken nugget went like famous, and he went viral for this chicken nugget thing. Okay, so he was like, you could do that back then, but now it's somewhat manipulated. But we know this about social media. There's bots on everything. There's bots on Twitter. Even Nostr, we've had a couple bot problems over the years, which we've squelched, and they were like Nostr stress tests, but we knew it was happening. See, when it comes to this thing that Chaotic Good is doing, people aren't aware that these are bot accounts or that these are just people posing as people, but they're not people. They're employees of a marketing agency pushing a product, pushing a song that, dude,
Now,
if Derek...
do they act like bots, or are they actually real people? There are real people that are doing this?
You know, I think they might be doing a little bit of both. Like Chaotic Good is paid to create accounts that generate content and simulate trends. So like if I'm doing this and I'm getting record label money, like I'm going to do it as efficiently as possible. And like, I don't know, the best way to do that is with bots, honestly, rather than people. People want pay and benefits. Bots don't, they're internet native. So yeah, so I'm just like, wow, like I know things are manipulated because I worked in radio, right? Like I know the industry is manipulated. Like I've been there. Like we had to always sign annually the payola and plugola notice to say like, hey, I'm not going to take cash or gifts to play music or mention products without disclosing it. I'm going to be honest, and that's called payola. And then like I have to sign the plugola form to say that I'm not going to promote something in which I have a financial stake. So if I have stock in a certain restaurant chain, I'm not going to, promote it on the air. I'm not going to plug it, right? And then, payola, I'm not going to let you bribe me to play your song or whatever. But if I do, I'm going to disclose that, hey, Derek's paying me to plug his app, Plectos or whatever. And then it's okay. You got to be honest about it. But I can tell you that the payola and plugola in the industry, if you think about it for a minute, Derek, if you think about it, we never really had marketing budgets. In my time in radio, we never had marketing money. Even in these big corporations, we just didn't have the budget, but the record labels did. Back in the day, we're talking like 25 years ago, the record labels had
we're saying
pockets.
That this kind of maybe always existed, but it was just handled differently by different organizations,
we didn't have
entities.
social media back then. Let me put it to you this way. Like if we needed something for marketing at the radio station, we could call the record label. Oh, hey, we want a party bus. Oh, you guys want a party bus? Well, can you give me some more spins on that song? Because the spins are important, because the spins would go to Billboard and then the song climbs the charts. So this is just a new way that this is metastasized, right? You want your song to make it? Okay, pay us. We'll make it. We'll make sure it gets spins. We'll make sure it goes and becomes a trending sound on TikTok, and then it gets featured on Apple Music because it's a trending TikTok, sound. And so do you see this is just the same thing, just recycled for 2026, right? This has always been happening. So like what Derek and I and what Team Soapbox is trying to create is a world where this manipulation kind of can't be possible, right? And so here's where Nostr CEO comes in, Mr. Derek. He's not really the Nostr CEO, but I call him that in jest because he knows everything about Nostr. And so how do I
and then
not
some people end up believing it?
I know it's happened. And so he hates it when I do this, but okay, Nostr CEO. Nostr has no algorithms. It has no ads. You cannot manipulate using Nostr without paying for attention, right?
Yes, 100%. You can't pay for attention. There's no. Well, I'm sorry. You can't.
You can
pay for. You can't pay for attention at the protocol level. However, certain clients, certain applications do allow you to do
you
this.
Gotta build
and this
it.
is where we have
proof of work.
We have this phenomenon called called Zapvertising, where
Yes.
you're essentially paying people to look at your content. You're paying people to get their attention. This is very
Yeah.
different from traditional advertising, where you don't pay people that want to see your ad, and you put your ad in front of everybody, and maybe you'll have a couple people
Yes.
that'll be interested in it.
This
So
flips the whole
this
thing
is
on its
almost
head.
like targeted. It's targeted marketing, right? You're literally giving people
Right.
money that are seeking this out. You're paying for their
Yeah.
attention because they wanted it. So
See,
it kind of flips the script on this whole entire industry.
mhm. Yeah, it's what's missing from Nostr by design is the fact that the users are not the product. So, like, I use a whole bunch of Nostr clients. I use our
Sure.
ditto.pub, for example. But my coworkers, our team, doesn't know, like, looking at my npub, which is just a string of numbers. They don't know that I am a woman of a certain age. I live in a certain region, so therefore you can't like target advertising towards me. But if you know, like Twitter, X, Facebook, like these platforms exist by selling out your demographic info for ads, right? And, radio does the same thing, right? Where it's
Demographic
like,
information,
yeah, like I
absolutely,
would
yeah.
have to
Well, because
win certain
this data is
demographics.
so valuable to advertising companies.
Yeah, so like Nostr doesn't have that. So advertising is kind of lame. Like there, because you're never going to be able to have the demographic information of the users. So if I want to reach certain people on Nostr, I have a long time Zapvertising enjoyer. I have used Zapvertising for brands and things and been able to send some
Yes.
of them fat zaps over the years. And I'm literally paying to get my message to you. I'm not the only person who does it. Other brands do it too. I've seen Blockstream do it. I've seen small brands do it. Seen mom and pop brands do it, because that's the other thing. There's no barrier to entry. Anybody can do it. You
Lots of
can be a
podcasters will do it as well.
yeah, I could do that too. We have an event coming up. I've also done it on the Orange Pill app, because the Orange Pill app has geo-zaps where I can advertise to a certain region. So I
Yep,
can
I've done
advertise to
that.
DC
I
or
did
New
that for
York.
Nostr Valley.
Like, fun
Yeah,
fact,
for Nostr Valley, I said everybody that's within 100 miles of central Pennsylvania,
there you
send them
go.
some sats, and then they get
And
the
how much
sats
did you
with the
spend?
message saying,
How much? How much?
uh,
Because you don't need to spend much. You
I
can. You can
don't
spend as much as
remember.
you want.
Yeah, you can spend as much you want. I mean, it was maybe like 10, 20,000 sats. So, at the time that was
Yeah,
maybe like 20
that's
bucks. Like I didn't spend a whole lot of money, 20,000
right.
sats or so, just targeting people in the area.
Ooh,
So
we could suck the
they were
wind
able to
out of
see
the
it.
ad industry. Like we could just totally deflate this whole industry. It's like
Yeah.
I did an event in
I just
DC and I spent $5
I just had
to reach
just
300
had a
people.
thought, Heather.
What?
Imagine how many people. This is advertising, so it's perfect and it's
Okay.
it's relevant. Imagine how many Bitcoiners are going to be in Vegas that have
Oh, yeah,
this app.
30,000. Well, I
Yeah.
think the app has
What
like
if
19,000 months ago. Anyway,
yeah.
we can
But I'm betting
we
like
can geo-zap.
10,000 of them.
All right,
We could geo-zap
Club
Las
Orange
Vegas from Club Orange about
Mhm.
NOS Vegas and about Ditto.
and get people out
I think
to
that's
the
something we should
NOS Vegas.
explore. I like that
We all
idea.
scream. I love it, and I did that in DC, and it's like, these people are getting a message from me, and it's sweeten the deal by giving them 21 sats or whatever it is, and you're paying for my attention. You have to give me some monetary value in order to take up that second of my time that I look at the push notification on my phone or text
Mhm.
message, whatever it is. However you're set up, you get this notification. You go, oh, what the f is this? Oh wait, they gave me some money to look at this. Like somebody paid a bunch of sats for me to look at their app the other day on Club Orange. I was like, well, this
Yeah.
is cool. Like I just
Uh,
made like 20.
We also have a company on Nostr that literally that is their whole business model, right? Like their whole
Mhm.
entire business model is to pay for your attention.
Yeah.
There's never been a company like that. They're friends of the show. Heather and I are good friends with Ian and is it
Mandana.
Mandana?
Mandana.
Mandana. I always say her name wrong and I always feel bad. Ian and Mandana. Mandana.
Ian and Mandana with NextBlock.
They're good. They're good people. And NextBlock
Yeah.
is a very unique company where their whole entire business model, like I said, is for paying for attention, but it's opt in. You decide,
Mhm.
hey, I would like advertisers to pay me money to see their ads. That
Yeah,
really
so
doesn't
you don't
exist in too many places.
yeah, you don't have to be the product anymore. So like for example, let's say Heather and Derek's terrible band Merging PRs wants to release some music on Nostr. And so we put out our terrible first song and nobody's listening to it. We go, hey, how can we get this in front of more people? I know, Derek, let's do some Zapvertising. Like, let's send
Let's do
sats
it.
to people so they, get a notification to listen to the new song from Merging PRs, the least hot band in the nation. But they're going to see that there is a new song from us, and maybe they will listen to it, and maybe that will result in some spins. And maybe people will like it. Maybe they'll hate it. Maybe they'll rip us. But the point is, we get to put it in front of people in a way that hasn't been available before. Like, if the world knew they could do this, people would be Zapvertising like crazy. It would have created a whole
think
new
so.
economy.
So maybe whenever Nostr gets more than, a couple dozen thousand of users,
Right.
I'm kidding. We
Regular
have,
users.
maybe
Active
25,000 active users. I don't know. Maybe 50,000 active users. I don't know.
That's
Whatever
a
that
broad.
number is, we'll just say under 100K.
Okay.
Probably half that. But whatever we have, maybe once we have a larger user base with more diverse content, maybe this advertising model, since it can exist on Nostr, maybe advertising agencies start to check it out because it's completely different and it's a new medium. It's a new method
Oh, I'm waiting for it.
them.
Like, I built
It's just
a
a
whole
matter of
deck.
time, I think.
I built a whole deck about Zapvertising because I've done it so much. I was the official, and still am, Wrigley's advertiser. Where when there's a block party and we're mining as a group, we
You are the
want
lead
as many
zapper
people.
for Wrigley.
The lead
Yes,
zapper.
I know.
Like, I've excessively zapped, and so, like, to get attention and really gamify the process of having a mining block party, where we're sharing hash rate. We've got solo miners coming in. Like, the more people you bring in, the higher the hash rate will be. The more solo miners you bring in. And Zapvertising has been a big part of growing, that initiative to having nerds come together and hit a block on the internet and try to go up against the big mining pools that hit a block like 37 times a day. Foundry, when you're up against something that big, you need every oomph you can get in there. And, like, Zapvertising has helped us so much to kind of create that community. And I don't know where we would be without it, without having, the Nostr community is obviously nuts about Bitcoin and mining. And that's a big piece of Nostr, but it's not the only piece. And so as we bring more people into Nostr, and you're a new Nostr user, and you're like, why are people sending me free money? What is this? 'Cause I've had people Zapvertise coupon codes to me for products, like, buy this thing with
I
a
saw
coupon
that happen before. Yeah.
Yeah, like, it can be creative, or you can put a link in so people can follow the link. And so it's like, you can't do that on Twitter. Or Facebook with, like, Meta Business Suite and all of those Facebook ads. I mean, first of all, like, with Facebook, you've got to have a pixel active for 60 days before it's even worth spending money on Facebook, ads and Instagram ads.
Oh, really?
Like, there's a whole process where, I don't think people realize how Nostr is plug and play. From day one, you can monetize your account, your content, whatever. You can earn money from day, and
you don't have to hit an arbitrary number. I always tell people that you don't have to have 1,000 users. You don't have to have 30 people watching your stream for an hour at a time. There's no weird number you have to hit. You have a Lightning address, boom. You have an NPub, boom. Hey, I'm earning money. Like, that's all you need. 2 things. You don't have to hit any numbers.
Yeah, I know.
Very, very different.
We've been talking a lot about controlled tech because that's we have a newer employee, Morgan, who is like, this isn't just like closed versus open. This is like controlled tech versus uncontrolled tech. And I think part of that piece of controlled tech that big tech has is this manipulation factor of, like, the manipulation is expensive. And where with Nostr, it's like, hey, if you got $5, go reach hundreds of people right now. You got $5. You send them micropayments, bribe their attention with little micropayments, which is, I'm not going to get rich off of a couple cents, but it's the thought that counts. Because it's like, oh, hey, you're recognizing the fact that my attention's not free. There's no algorithm here for you to try and beat so that you can gain my attention. Like, if you want me to read your message, you have to respect me enough to send me something. There has to be an exchange here, an exchange of value, an exchange of energy, so that I am no longer just somebody who's like Minority Report, where he's walking down the street and everything's scanning his eyeballs and like sending him messages. Like that is a future that we're there. Like I can't have Facebook on my phone because it will overhear my conversations, and then the next time I open it, I am fed whatever somebody talked to me about. It may not be something I'm even interested in. I mean, that kind of stuff is happening. That Minority Report thing is happening, like you have screens in your home, you have smart devices like Alexa, and it's got advertisements on it. I can't even pay for streaming subscriptions without it.
Well, there's a funny meme about like in like the 50s and 60s, you pick up your phone and it's like, man, I hope the government isn't listening to me. And then we've fast forward 60 years later, and it's like it's like, hey government, are you listening? Alexa, play a song or whatever.
Yeah, and, the FBI guy is watching.
In a related note, we didn't want ads everywhere, and now
they're
we
everywhere.
do, when we're literally like they're coming into your AI models. We have like Sam Altman's like, hey, we need to monetize ChatGPT. So you have ads in your LLM.
I can't even Google
anything. Stop giving shit away for free, man. But even how much the users are seeing ads too.
Yeah, that's not right. It's oh god, like I think I still get ads on HBO, and I pay like $20 a month. Like I think I'm still getting ads.
Everything used to be that way.
Yeah.
Disney Plus used to be like that. Hulu used to be like that. Like you would pay to not have ads. Now
it's not even an option.
You can pay more now. You can pay more. You used to have to pay for the service, and when you paid for the service, there was no ads because you paid for it. Well, now they have a new tier. It's like, well, hey, by the way, we're going to show you ads now. If you wouldn't like ads, it's going to be another, whatever it is, $5 a month, $10 a month, or whatever. It's ridiculous.
I watch YouTube less and less because of the ad. They are so predatory. I'm like, where can I go so that I can watch something uninterrupted and actually enjoy it? Like, then it's disturbing to me.
I haven't seen an ad on YouTube in 15 years since YouTube Music. I'm sorry, it was originally called Google Music. Google Music launched in 2011.
That's right. You're such an Android guy.
And I paid for it, YouTube or Music Premium. Then it became YouTube Music and YouTube Premium.
Ads are worse than ever.
One of the perks has been having no ads. So literally for the past 15 years, I've never seen an ad on YouTube because I've always been a paying customer because I use YouTube Music, Google Music.
The one place where I can...
Generally, I would say yes. I would fucking hate that, seeing ads everywhere on my YouTube.
The one place that seems to be mostly free of ads has been Apple TV. Okay, I say mostly because Apple TV is a big advertiser for Apple and Apple products. Like if you're watching like Netflix, they cover up the Apple logo on laptops with like a sticker or something to make it look generic because, they don't want to get in trouble. But like, no, Apple TV is like loud and proud with Apple products like everywhere in their TV shows. So like you are still getting advertised to. In some like nothing is safe.
I hate that whenever like modern shows now, like you'll watch a show on, I don't know, on Hulu or Netflix, like you said, and all of a sudden there'll be a car driving, and for some reason, like you see the logo and the name of the car everywhere, like it's zoomed in on and angled like perfectly so you see it. And you're like, what the fuck? Like, am I watching an ad right now? Right. And they do this with like
hide it.
Microsoft does this with like Windows laptops, and Samsung does it with devices too. Like you can specifically tell when they're placed a certain way, and it's a focal point. You're like, oh, come on, man, it's product placement. Like, I don't mind it being in there if it's part of the set, but like you're literally showcasing it and streaming it. We're seeing these unad ads. Like, I hate it.
Yeah, it's every part of culture now,
When ads and ditto, when ads on Nostr, Heather.
When ads on Nostr, I mean, you make your own. You got to Zapvertise, or you just have to connect to people. You have to actually be your own brand. Like if you have a product or a service and you're trying to sell it on Nostr, like for example, I'll use Yo. Have you seen Yo, the pizza dough made out of yogurt? So it's like YOUGH. Yo.
No, I haven't, but I'm intrigued now to learn more.
Yo is in Target stores. It's in my Sprouts health food stores. It's in like major stores, and they're on Nostr. And so like, you've got to like live the lifestyle and tell people about your product. Or like I heard about Yo from a friend. here in town who knows the Yo guy. And so they said, "Oh, have you heard about Yo?" I was like, I think I saw Yo on Nostr, so I'm definitely going to check them out because they're on Nostr. But I think it's all about unadvertising and unmarketing, because I have a friend who has like 5 businesses. Dude works like 24/7. And like that's his thing is like, I'm just a guy who just lives my life and my opinions and lifestyle. Like I'm not trying to sell or market. Everybody knows what I do. I mentioned my business. I'm not trying to like be anything other than I'm not. Like you have to like just kind of naturally get to yourself now if you're going to go the Nostr route or Zapvertise, because I think the old way of doing things were like, oh, if I'm going to do Google ads or I'm going to do Meta Business Suite and I'm going to log into there and I'm going to buy some Facebook ads and some Instagram ads. Like, God, you can spend so much money on that and get no results, whereas like I could spend a few bucks on Club Orange. People are probably going to show up to my event because now they know about it. They've been reached in the Club Orange app, which is where they want to be. A lot of people use the app for free, but I think a lot of us pay for it too. So we're choosing to be there. We're choosing where our attention goes. And if I'm on Nostr, people can find me and Zapvertise whatever they want to me. And they do, it's a more natural way of saying, you know what, Heather and Derek's attention, I want their attention. I'm going to send them something through Club Orange, or I'm going to send them something on Nostr through whatever, Nostr app. And I've got so much money on my Albi node, and I'm just going to start zapping people with my link to my new business or my new app. And like, that's how things kind of gain attention on Nostr. Get on ditto.pub and you'll see people if they hear about it. That's like one level where you hear about it because somebody is Zapvertised to you. And then the next level is, okay, I tried the thing. I like it. I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to repost it. I'm going to talk about my experience with it. I'm going to say, hey, I really love this thing. I love the pizza Yo. The Yo pizza was good, by the way. It's in the frozen section. It's just a simple, I think it's like flour and yogurt make the pizza crust, right? And so it's like a healthier, high protein pizza. And I'm like, oh, this is what I'm so into.
I'll have to try it.
Yeah. So I'm like,
I'll have to
the
try
Bitcoiners, like this is great. It's in all of my neighborhood stores. Any store I go into, I can buy a Yo, come home, pop that puppy in the oven. And then I got a high protein pizza so that I can feel better and not be like loaded up with carbs later. And
Heather,
this is
I have a question for you. Is this a product placement ad for Yo? Are they a sponsor?
No, it's
of the
not.
show?
I am just a happy customer. Just randomly remembered that I ate a Yo. I ate a Yo. I can tell you.
Well, why not? Damn it, we could be getting money for this.
We give a shout out to Yo. I don't know the Yo guy. Actually, I never talked to the Yo guy. Friends in town know the Yo guy, and well, shout out to the Yo. I don't want to out him.
That's funny
because I don't know if people are out about what their businesses are. So shout out to the Yo guy. We'll just call you that, and you got a little free advertising on Soapbox, so we can talk about anything on.
I want to change gears here and talk a little bit about some cool Nostr stuff while we have like 10 minutes left here.
Gotcha.
So, Fortune 500 company,
okay,
Block, formerly Square, CEO, founder, friend of the show, friend of Derek and the FOD, Jack Dorsey. I
knew it was coming. Poor Jack.
He listens. He's a listener. We've talked about
he doesn't.
Before.
He doesn't listen to the show. The dude's meditating on a beach. So he's
doing
things.
Block announced 2 different Nostr products last week, which is kind of flying under the radar.
As we do.
They're essentially Nerd World is like me and like Alex and a couple other people and
nobody
Chad.
watches us. We are the most stealth thing. Nobody watches us. Everything you can find on the GitLab or the GitHub, but nobody's paying attention. Like nobody cares. We do what we want.
I'll tell you what, I haven't seen these products yet announced
publicly
in like public mainstream media. But
how do you know about this stuff?
I know about it because I know about these 2 because Jack shared them on Nostr and I saw his notes and then I went and I looked them up.
Know.
Yeah, like all he did was just share like the GitHub link, so anybody
it is so
can see it.
Open. Yes.
So eventually, somebody from a mainstream tech journalist,
I'm actually amazed.
They'll write about it.
I'm amazed it hasn't happened yet.
So
they should be on Nostr.
So what do these 2 things do? So Block announced 2 products. One is called Sprout. Sprout is a Nostr relay that is built for AI and humans. It essentially allows you to Yeah. They build a relay. Now it has like a
Okay,
whole
wait,
bunch
wait,
of
wait.
like
Wait, 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 wait.
nerdy cool stuff in it. What's up?
Why does Block want to have a big, I'm assuming it's a big ass Nostr relay? What are they up to, Derek?
Well, Block is going full Nostr for their intelligence layer initiative.
What?
Remember a couple weeks ago we talked about how they were restructuring where AI was going to be the center of everything and getting rid of middle management to send
Oh,
stuff
that's
up
right. We
and
did
down the
talk about
chain
that.
because of all the massive amounts of data that Block
The
has.
end of middle
So,
management.
kind of coordinate their AI efforts, they came up with this tool where it's essentially a management layer where you can have conversations with AI and instruct AI to do things, chat with your AI, control them, see their statuses and everything like that. And it uses Nostr for this. It's a specific Nostr relay.
Crazy.
It's like think of it like a full stack clone, like a NIP29 Slack client with AI agents built into it to manage them and so forth. So you can have conversations with your AI. It has, Nostr authentication. It has a built-in native MCP server, all sorts of really cool stuff. It'll even do like enterprise SSO authentication. So they could do their like block company authentication, if they wanted. This communication layer fully happens over Nostr. Okay. So the implication here is they're using AI, they're using Nostr as their AI communication layer. Let me say it again. So Block is using Nostr as an AI communication layer, making humans interact with their agents over Nostr. So if you want to interact with these agents, you have to use Nostr. You don't know you're using Nostr. You're just using Sprout and you're just using this tool, but you're using Nostr to facilitate it. So it's really cool. It's a way that robots can purple pill their humans.
That's interesting because Block is a major corporation.
Yeah,
that's corporate people. God bless you, Jack. But this is Jack's corporation. To me, that says that mainstream developers are like, okay, there's a use case for this Nostr relay thing. Like, there's a use case for using this with AI, which clearly we've done this. We have Shakespeare, which is an AI plus Nostr project. You can pay for it with Bitcoin, by the way. That's interesting that we kind of, I guess we were on the leading edge of this last summer, and now you're actually seeing a big company.
I see this as, let's say Block continues to be successful. We assume they will be. We hope they will be. And we assume that their AI initiatives do well. People start looking into the tool saying, wow, Block is doing great things with AI. They announced making AI an intelligence, super intelligence layer for their business. It's going to essentially run their whole business. How do I do that? What tools are they using? What's their tech stack? Companies of all sizes, large to small, will look into it. And then maybe they adopt this technology because it's open source and they decide to use it as well. So that gets more people using Nostr.
That's interesting.
That's only one tool though. The second one's really nerdy, but again, it's really cool.
Talk nerdy to me.
As all this stuff is. It's all this stuff is. So the second one is called Mesh LLM. So Mesh LLM is literally what it sounds like. It's a mesh network for LLMs. What does that mean?
What is it?
So it lets you pull spare GPU capacity, like graphics cards, and expose them for other people to essentially use them. So at your most basic level, let's say I have a gaming computer, let's say I have a powerful computer at home that I run local AI models on, but maybe I'm not running them 24/7. So whenever I have extra capacity available, I could advertise on this system, on this mesh network, that my GPU is available for use, for rent, to farm out AI tasks to. So you have all of these GPUs that can come together.
How could that go
essentially
wrong?
It's just the hardware. Like we used to do that. I mean, do you remember SETI at home? You've ever heard of SETI at home? Like 20 years ago, people were pulling together CPU resources to look for aliens, crunching numbers. I mean, this is essentially the same thing as SETI at home.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah. Like I remember back in college, I used to run SETI. And when I wasn't while I was at class, my computer was crunching space data looking for aliens. So it's literally like the same thing. Your GPU is crunching the data. doing tasks.
Oh
So
my God.
this allows you to run, larger models than what a smaller computer could run. You're farming out your extra GPU resources. You're pooling it with other people, and it's all using an OpenAI compatible endpoint, and it uses Nostr for the coordination for all of this. So
Crazy.
again, people using
Deeper level nerddom there.
Nostr, and they don't really know that they're using Nostr.
That's kind of the point of Nostr, though. Like we kind of made Nostr into a thing that we called Nostr, but now Nostr's really like, if you want to experience Nostr, just go to ditto.pub, or build a relay, which is really building a giant server, but worded differently. So it's like, yeah, it's back to like protocols over platforms. Like you don't know that you're using the protocol, you just are, and it just works. And you
don't need to.
That
you just know that you're using a tool, right? Like that's all you know that you're using.
Yeah, it's kind of like
so this uses, like I said, this uses Nostr relays for discovery, for coordination, and it's just again, essentially, agents are using Nostr to communicate because they need a way to be able to communicate, discover each other, find resources, whether that be human resources to have conversations with or GPU resources. So this is giving them that communication layer that they need. So Block, to sum all this up, Block is making Nostr the best place to go for agentic communication and capabilities. Really, really cool.
Really, really cool. Your talks about AI are going to be so lit at the Vegas conference.
I have all of this. I have all of this ammo thanks to news. I'm excited. I'm excited. I gotta start digging into the code a little bit more. This stuff kind of came out like over the last weekend over Easter, so I didn't have a whole lot of time.
There's always,
I need to dig into the code, or maybe I'll tell my agents to dig into the code and figure out all of the nitty gritty. Hey, agent, get to work. Find out what I need to talk about.
Before we go, we need to talk.
We
need to share with the people about NOS Vegas. Derek?
NOS Vegas. Well, what's coming up? That's me.
Yes. What are we allowed to say about NOS Vegas?
Everything. It's all public information.
It's all not all of it. There's some surprises. I understand they're still being held back, but
one surprise is being held back, but everything else is open. All right. So me personally, I'm going to be on 5 different panels. Basically, you just like walk around Vegas and like you'll see me. I'm going to be everywhere. I'm going to like be doing like my own like Vegas takeover. Apparently, I will be in Vegas talking about Nostr, talking about AI, talking about Bitcoin, talking about all these cool things. So find me on a stage. I'll be in the open source stage for a couple talks, Genesis stage for a couple talks, and the HRF Freedom Go Up stage for a couple talks. Then
I'll be in the audience cheering.
And what you're going to do is you're going to look for Heather in the audience. She's going to be like filming me, recording me.
I'm going to be a woo girl. I'm going to be like, woo! And then people are going to be like, who is this crazy woman? Like, woo!
I'm going to have a woo girl? That's awesome. I love it.
I'm going to be your woo! How about your woo girl last year? Me and Tanya were woo girls sitting out in front of you and
Tanya and Julie and Ainsley, you were my woo ladies last year. I love all of you for all of your support.
I'm his wingman and his woo girl all in one. I'm every woman. It's all
a good role.
But
then Tuesday at 7 p.m. we head to Fremont Street for NOS Vegas. NOS Vegas is going to have
We All Scream.
Well, we're gonna have a lot. We're gonna have 5. So We All Scream nightclub. Sorry, thank you, Heather. We're gonna have 5 10-minute talks each, talking about various Nostr things. Heather and Sarah Jade are going to talk about value for value music on Nostr.
We're kicking it
Pump
off.
all the value for value, because apparently San Diego is like the V for V capital of the world. Apparently
it's getting that way.
Avi Burr is going to talk about trust, NOS Fabrica. Eric B from Portland is going to talk about community events and Nostr adoption. He has Bitcoin for everyone. Derek Ross, that's this guy, is going to talk about making the internet weird again with Ditto. And Paul Keating, he is going to talk about Primal and fun stuff Primal's doing as well. And then we're going to go to music. And then we're going to have music.
Who's playing,
But before we get to music,
obviously Sarah Jane.
I forgot. Also in the Grow Nostr room, we're going to have Chain Duel. So if you want to do some Bitcoin gaming and play like Snake and like run around the screen and collect sats and like beat your buddies or beat random people, you can do that. So we're going to have Chain Duel there. If you don't want to leave the Grow Nostr room, or you want to check it out from time to time and go in there and have some fun gaming with your Bitcoin bros or gals, you can.
We gotta play against.
And then we're gonna go do music. Oh
yeah,
we definitely gotta do that.
Oh my God, we've been
All
talking
right,
about that.
so-
But we're never in the same place, but we will be this time in a couple weeks. You and I
So,
together.
We're going to go out for the music outside. Sarah Jade, the Green
Yes.
Dream, isn't it?
The
She is
green-
going
the
to...
green dream- Yes, she is the green dream.
She is she is gonna be playing for us. She's gonna kick things off, I think.
Cannot wait.
Actually, I don't know.
Love her shows.
Actually, I don't know. Actually, I don't know the order, to be honest with you.
have
She
no
was just
idea. 3
I have
weeks
no
out,
idea
we
about the
know.
order. Derek controls the inside. Outside is Mike. Mike knows the order. I know that Sarah Jade is playing outside. Abel James is playing outside.
Yes!
We're also gonna have the Bugle. Richard
The
Greaser
Bugle,
is
the-
gonna be there.
Oh, I love Richard. I have a crush on him. Longtime crush on Richard. I always flirt with him.
He's gonna be there. He's gonna
Yes.
be jamming with us. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a
Love it.
special guest, unannounced. But
I know who it is.
she is gonna play. She is gonna play for us, and we're excited.
What?
Yes.
Did you forget anybody? Did you forget anybody?
I didn't forget anybody important. Later in the evening, upstairs Tatum is gonna be DJing.
Yeah. What about the high or low?
I thought you were like, did you forget anybody like picking on Tatum? I fucked up. Yes, the high or low. See, I am not in charge of outside. I know my domain inside, Heather. Yes.
I'm not even playing.
All right,
this
so
event.
yes. High or low is going to be there playing the highs and playing the lows. And then, friend
rock
of
music.
everybody, Tatum Turn Up is going to turn it up
And
on
an
the
excellent
DJ
lineup.
stage. He's going to
Oh
be
my
jamming,
God.
dropping, spinning.
Is he gonna wear that tracksuit?
Tatum.
It's kind of hot in Vegas. Is he gonna be in some?
You know what?
some
Rumors are circulating that he might be in a Speedo. It's a rumor.
That I was thinking hot pants, but I'll take Speedo. I'll take whatever I can get. Hot. Let's make it hot in Vegas, Derek Ross.
Oh,
Are you gonna
man,
be in hot
Tatum.
pants? Are you gonna be in hot pants?
Am I going to
too?
be in hot pants?
Yes.
Well, I
Derek
will
Ross
tell
in
you,
hot
I
pants.
did just buy a pair of purple pants for Vegas.
Ooh, are we gonna purple it up?
Watch out,
at,
ladies. Ladies,
NOS
I'm married.
Vegas?
I'm married. I'm sorry. But purple
I'm available.
purple pants.
For the gents, I am.
Heather
available.
is available though.
I am single and mingling.
Singling and mingling. Stay away
Yeah.
or come close. I don't know. Whatever you want to
But you-
do.
you
Vegas
gotta
is
make
coming
it
up
past-
in
Yeah,
couple
you gotta
weeks.
make it past Derek Ross, though. He's my brother. If you can impress my brother, then
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be bouncing like you.
Yeah. Oh,
Flying
you know
flying
what you're
elbows,
gonna be.
headbutts.
no, you know what you're
You
gonna
treat
be.
Heather well.
You're gonna be white girl wasted. Is what you're gonna be.
Me? I don't even drink. Heather, I don't even drink beer. What are you talking about? No, Vegas will be
No one's falling
Vegas
for
will
that.
be fun.
Yes.
Actually, I'll tell you what. Tuesday. What time is my first show? My panel on.
I
on
don't
Wednesday.
remember. You sent me this, but
Let's
I don't
look.
know. You've added more events. So you have to
Wednesday.
send me your schedule. He's a wanted man, folks.
Let's
His
see.
dance cards.
I
full.
have protocols versus platforms at 10:30 a.m., which means I gotta be getting
Oh.
ready backstage at 10 a.m. So I can't
Oh.
get white girl wasted. I have to work hard in the morning.
You're gonna have to drink non-alcoholic beverages like me and Mike. You're gonna have to
I can have a couple beers, like 10 or 12. Come on.
go to that talk. He's gonna be hung over.
No. I have a
We're
lot
not
of
gonna
work
be
to
mad at you
do.
if
I'm
you
gonna be
are,
so
you know.
I'm gonna be
It's-
so
Vegas is
busy.
a party.
Do you
It's a
remember how?
party.
Do you remember when Marty Malmy and I did that fireside chat last year?
I
how
do.
hungover
I have
was, and
video of it. Oh my god, that was and we were screaming at you from the front row.
I was hurting. I was hurting
I
so
did it.
bad, but then the talk started, and like my brain's like,
He
my
popped.
brain's like, shut
Right up.
shut off the pain. It's work mode. And I went hardcore for half hour, and then when we were done, my
God.
brain's like, okay, you can hurt again. I won't be
You're
doing that this year. I have 5
you-
panels. I can't.
You
I
heard
gotta,
it here
I gotta
first. Come
yeah.
back. Come back to the podcast in May, and we'll find out. Did he get hungover in Vegas the
Nope.
last week of April? Did it go
All right.
crazy? Did we go awry? Did we lose control? I don't know. Come back soon. All
I'll
right,
catch
hit
you in
stop.
Vegas.
We'll catch you in Vegas. NOS